I'd first like to outline the system components that make up our balanced drive pulling system. You must have a hydraulic power source or pump. In this case, we have the AP-100 here. You can use a hand pump, but due to the volume, it's much nicer if you have a powered pump. We also offer the EP-100, which is an electrical driven hydraulic pump. The next component is the balancing valve itself, which is pat pending. And what's important about that is it's able to take and drive our cylinders in parallel, so you never get any vice rot whatsoever. It would be impossible to cut these bigger openings with a single cylinder, even if multiple drive bolts. So this was underdeveloped for several years, and it came out of the gate a winner, and it's really a unique device. Of course, you'll need 2 drive cylinders in the system because we do parallel drive them. And you will need the die set. In this case, it's an SGDD designed for the balanced drive system. You may drive other types of dies. We've driven large round dies with the balanced drive system. And we've had used CYL 201 single studs for high aspect ratio balanced drive applications. Always contact our sales for any specific needs you may have. We also recommend the optional rolling head bar for slug removal, which you will see as we proceed with the demonstration. Safety is always of the most importance. Always wear safety glasses, gloves, and protective clothing. Any device used for punching steel is a high energy device. Never use around live or energized electrical equipment. Observe all appropriate industry lockout, life safety, and OSHA procedures. Always maintain a clean and well-organized work area. Never strike, hammer, or apply any blows to the die set with any kind of instrument. Never overload any die. Use only the approved model and pulling method for the gauge and type of material you wish to punch. Always abort any abnormal punch operation. If an operation of the die set becomes difficult for any reason, please contact our technical support. Always apply a light lubrication to sliding components, in particular the drawing studs. Never attempt to use a damaged die set or components. This includes any bent or deformed draw bolts. First thing you need to do is fabricate your draw bolt holes in the panel in the location where you wish to create the opening. These can be located from the die set itself. Always create a larger hole than the pull bolt. For instance, a 5/8 diameter pull bolt should have at least a 3/4 inch opening. Connect the hydraulic power source or pump to the BV-200 balance valve input. Make sure your BV-200 balancing valve is set to the advanced mode. We next assemble the die set with the cylinders. Start by lightly lubing the draw bolts. Then we take our draw bolts and place them through the center or the punch portion of the die set. And then we'll present the punch with the bolts in the panel that we wish to cut through the pre-drilled draw holes. And then we'll present the base on the other side. As you can see, these operations on the bigger dies, it's really handy to have a partner help you with the assembly of this. Next, we're going to take and screw the bolts into each cylinder. These bolts don't have to be torqued or anything, just make sure that you take and you do turn them till they bottom out on the cylinder. And at this point, we're ready to begin the punching operation. Double check the BV-200 is in the advanced mode. Operate your pump until the draw cylinder is advanced to take up all pre-travel. The hoses between the BV-200 and the cylinders will flex slightly. Notice that the cylinders have drawn a bit, and you can see the clearance between the cylinders and the die set. The next thing we need to do is move the BV-200 mold lever to the dry position. It's the opposite side from the advance. And on larger die sets, make sure they are manually supported. You don't want them to simply fall out of the opening. They are heavy. And the other thing, we want to make sure you do not overdrive the punching operation and bottom out the punch. This can induce very heavy loads on the die set. Once the die set is out, you want to release the pressure from the pump and then also return the mode valve on the balancing valve to the advanced mode. Stabilize the die assembly, remove the draw bolts, and thus disassemble the die set. We are here to support all your panel opening needs, so feel free to ask whenever you need assistance. There's a help button on our web at www.panelpunches.com, available 24/7. You can request a quote for a custom design or even get pre-sale information here also. Thank you for buying a ZTech PanelPunches.com product. Have a great day.